Lord Mayor, Lady Mayoress, Sheriff, Sheriff's Consort, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen and everyone else. Thank you very much indeed for the opportunity to talk to you this evening. It's a great pleasure and privilege, actually, very much a privilege to be with such a kind of high energy, can-do, fun group of people and event. Makes a bit of a change for my life. And I didn't know the university had so many seats, actually. I didn't know they could all be got out at the same time. I thought it was passed around. But anyway, so that's interesting to see. Well, clearly a special event. Universities have an important role in supporting the economy at all times, crisis or not. Most importantly, we produce fantastic number of fantastic graduates. That's you. You are the university's main contribution to the economy. You will fuel the economy and society of the future. So that's our most important contribution. We do other things. We work with businesses. We do professional development for people already in work. We do consultancy. We do research. And some of you probably have heard of Science City York, which is a partnership between the city and the university, specifically to use the university's expertise and skills to help build enterprise and knowledge economy around. Ferguson is developing as an internship bureau to try and get better at placing students into businesses on placements and internships. So the student benefits, you guys get something out of it, the business gets something out of it, it's win-win. And to try and broker all that, we are setting up a new bureau to try and make the whole thing easier to match people looking for experience with people wanting help. The third thing which has made an absolutely fantastic difference, a real step change, is York Entrepreneurs, the student club. York Entrepreneurs, I'll sing their praises because they were just a little bit shy here and there, not singing around. York Entrepreneurs is the largest and certainly one of the most active of the student societies on campus. I know you asked all the entrants for York Apprentice to give key words to sort of describe their team. And there was various words that were banned when I was looking at the entrance form. But the things which come to my mind about York Entrepreneurs is high energy, can do, let's get out and make a difference. Things like that. That's very much the way it's run. It's practically run by people who want to get on with things. And the York Apprentice, which we're now launching, or some of you have already started work on, is the flagship event. Peter Ide, who's kindly joined us from Yorkshire Forward, who provide money and support for these kinds of things in the region, has told me I can tell you that in his view, York Entrepreneurs is a model, best practice model for how university societies should organise and promote entrepreneurship. So that's coming from someone who's got responsibilities across this region and works very closely with people around the country. So thank you, Peter, for agreeing I could say that. I appreciate the opportunity to say that and pay tribute to the people who've done this. The York Apprentice event, 2009, is the best ever. It had to be, didn't it? You couldn't really say this is the second best ever. But we've got all the statistics to prove it. More entrants, more teams, bigger prize. Actually, I think it's a bigger prize, isn't it? But
it's twice the prize.
It is a bigger prize. Good, okay. So it's definitely the best ever event. Modelled, of course, as you all know, on the TV series, but it's very much recreated locally, reinvented locally. It's not just a copy. There's lots of thinking goes into it and how to make it alive in our context of this university and in this city. And there's clearly been a tremendous response. I think we've had a record number of entries, well, as I say, it's the strongest yet, and it's from across departments, as I said before. It's a fun event as well as being businesslike. And I think partly for that reason it's succeeded in attracting support. People are prepared to give time to things which are nice to be involved with as well as worthy. So I congratulate you also on organising something which, to me, and I think everyone else, feels like a bit of fun as well as a very good thing to do. It makes a big difference in getting people motivated. It's a pleasure to be at this launch event, and I know that all of you contestants have got further excitement in the week ahead. Those of you who don't get knocked out. People will be dropping out as we go through. Someone will win a prize, but the point is that everyone is going to get a lot of experience and, as I said, fun out of this, and that's ultimately what matters. The prize is the small bit. The getting there is the exciting bit. I started with a word on the current situation, and I want to finish on a more upbeat note. but also about the relating to the current situation. We're living through a few years where I think businesses are reinventing themselves. They're having to survive. The whole business model is being rethought in some areas. Some well-known businesses have already gone, others will go, others will follow. There'll be further casualties. New businesses will come in to replace them. This is a time of fantastic opportunity as well as real problems for existing. So it's a fantastic opportunity time for people with new ideas as old ideas get pushed out the door. So I think the way to look at the next few years in the business world is one of enormous opportunity. The other side of this, of course, is that meanwhile, the public sector is almost certainly set to shrink, regardless of whatever kind of government we have over the next few years. If you just look at the public spending accounts, there are bound to be cuts. There have to be cuts. So we're also going to have to rethink the way in which social interventions and social services are delivered, the way they're funded, the models for their delivery, the people who take responsibility for their delivery. So I think this is a time of enormous opportunity for social entrepreneurs as well as for business entrepreneurs. And I'm absolutely delighted that this university and your society has succeeded in bringing all those interests together within the broad umbrella of entrepreneurship. Everyone is welcome in the church you have set up, and I think it's exactly the way forward. There's a lot of things in common. The basic skill set and where you apply it is a different matter. The basic skill set is the same. It's about using ideas, it's about thinking creatively and applying them and getting results, whether it's in the public or the private sector. So thank you very much for the opportunity to say a few words. I'm very conscious I'm now the person between you and your pizza finger slices. So I hand over to the pizza finger slices. Thank you very much.